The process of replacing Ronald Koeman in the Goodison Park dugout has been an absolute mess. And now it's exactly 5 weeks since the Dutchman was sacked and the club are yet to announce a permanent replacement. David Unsworth has been in charge for 7 games, but has picked up only 1 win, and under his short reign, the Blues have crashed out of Europe. He has admitted that he would like the job permanently, but that seems to be unlikely given the results he has picked up. The Blues sit just 2 points above the drop zone, and fellow strugglers West Ham come to Goodison Park on Wednesday night in what has turned into a huge game. Since Koeman's sacking, a long list of names have been linked with the job, and they have certainly split the opinion of Everton fans. Diego Simeone and Thomas Tuchel have been the standout names linked with the job. However, they seemed less likely as the weeks went on. Sam Allardyce has now been linked with the job again in a move which has divided Blues fans. The same can't be said about Marco Silva, who a lot of Everton fans seem to want as the new boss, but after being odds-on favourite last week, the interest in him seems to have cooled. Koeman to blame, not Walsh, for Everton transfer blunders, says BBC pundit. Republic of Ireland boss Martin O'Neill has also exercised the bookies' imagination. We have taken a look at how sacking Koeman has become one of the messiest situations in Everton's recent history. Monday, October 23, Ronald Koeman sacked following the 5-2 defeat to Arsenal at Goodison Park. Farhad Mojri had seen enough and sacked Ronald Koeman as Everton manager. The Blues found themselves in the relegation zone, and the club announced that David Unsworth would take charge temporarily. Tuesday, October 24, Sean Dyche linked Sean Dyche image Nigel Rodis Getty Images. The Burnley boss said he was flattered with the links to the Everton job. Dyche was installed as the early favourite with the bookies and split fans right down the middle on whether he would be the right man for the job. Since being the early frontrunner, he has now drifted to around 81/3 favourite. Wednesday, October 25, Unsworth's first game in charge. Caretaker manager David Unsworth of Everton applauds the Everton fans after the Carabao Cup 4th-round match between Chelsea and Everton at Stamford Bridge on October 25, 2017 in London, England. Photo by Tony McCardle. Everton FC via Getty Images. Everton manager: you'd rather be caretaker at a maximum security prison despite losing to Chelsea in the League Cup. The character and fight that was missing from Everton's performances had returned. The travelling Blues were delighted with the performance, but a defeat to Leicester in the league just a few days later dampened the mood again. Thursday, October 26, Silva declares why he would leave Watford for Everton. Marco Silva, manager of Watford image Alex Livisi Getty Images. Marco Silva has constantly been linked with the Everton job since Koeman's departure, but he cast doubts on whether he would make the move to Merseyside. I'm happy with the way we play. I'm happy that we compete in every match in our style, so why change, he said. I'm still here. Since the first day I have been 100% focused on my job. Thursday, November 2, knocked out of Europe, Lions French midfielder Houssem Aouar celebrates after scoring a goal during the Europa League C3 football match Olympique Lyonnais vs Everton FC. Image Jeff Pachout FBGT Images. After picking up just 1 point in their first 3 Europa League games, Everton's campaign was all but done. They travelled to Lyon knowing they needed to win to keep any hope alive, but it turned out to be a poor night after 3 second-half goals hit the final nail in the European coffin. Sunday, November 5, Watford win. David Unsworth and Marco Silva image Peter burnt the wire from 20 down to 32 up. It felt like a turning point in the season for the Blues. A late winner from a Leighton Baines penalty was followed by former Everton midfielder Tom Cleverley missing 1 minute later to try and snatch a draw. Monday, November 6, international break starts and Allardyce linked Sam Allardyce image Christopher Lee Getty Images. The international break could have been the perfect opportunity to completely focus on getting the managerial situation resolved with no games for nearly 2 weeks. Reports suggested that the former England manager had held talks with Farhad Mojri over the vacant role, but nothing more came from that. Many names were linked, but nobody was appointed. As it got closer to the Premier League returning, it became obvious Unsworth would remain in charge. Monday, November 6, training ground incident. Enner Valencia, Idrissa Gueye, Kevin Marias, Morgan Schneiderlin and Mason Holgate. During Everton training, Kevin Marias and Morgan Schneiderlin's Everton futures were put in doubt after they were left out of the Watford Matt Kay squad following a training ground incident. The pair left Finch Farm after a session being hosted by first-team coach Duncan Ferguson. Everton comment: Farhad Mojri needs unity fast. Both players were showing a perceived lack of commitment and were told by the coach that if they were not going to bother they should both go back inside. Both men took up the coach on his offer. Tuesday, November 7th, Simeone top target. Atletico Madrid's coach Diego Simeone image. Oscar Del Pozo up. Getty Images. It was a story that got Everton fans excited again. Diego Simeone was made the top target by Farhad Mashari. It later transpired that Simeone's representatives had actually made contact with the Blues, giving the reports greater credibility. But after being linked for a number of days, reports began to cool. Tuesday, November 14th. Approach Marco Silva. 3 weeks after sacking Koeman, Everton approached Watford to see if Marco Silva was available. The Portuguese boss is highly regarded, and many Blues believe it would be a shrewd appointment, with many comparing it to Tottenham landing Mauricio Pochettino. Wednesday, November 15th. Sam Allardyce rules himself out of the running. Some Everton fans would have been relieved by this news, and others believe he could be the short-term replacement to steady the ship. However, Allardyce ruled himself out of the job, claiming that there had been no contact between himself and Everton. Friday, November 17th. Silva says he must talk to Watford board. Marco Silva. The Marco Silva reports continued, and he said that he would need to speak to the Watford board about his future. This has now cooled after the Hornets said they would not listen to any other approaches. Saturday, November 25th. Martin O'Neill becomes the new favorite. Martin O'Neill during a press conference on June 21, 2016 in Lille, France. Image handout to UEFA via Getty Images. Bookies took an influx of bets on the Republic of Ireland manager becoming the boss at Goodison Park. They reacted by making him the odds-on favorite for the job, but have seen the prices rise to above evens in the past 24 hours. Sunday, November 26th. Southampton embarrassment. Everton chairman Bill Kenwright looks crestfallen after the Premier League match at St Mary's. Following the 51 drubbing from Atalanta in the Europa League, the dismal performance on the South Coast followed. There were jeers from the away end at the time whistle, and it was the result they will have made the alarm bells ring louder than they already have been. And since the defeat, Andre Villas-Boas has been the latest manager linked with the job. The former Chelsea and Tottenham manager was tight-lipped when asked about his future recently. Monday, November 27th. Talks with Allardyce reopened. Sky Sports reported that Everton had reopened talks with Sam Allardyce. Allardyce has always been high on Farhad Mashari's shortlist of possible managerial appointments, influenced by the former England manager's record of helping struggling teams avoid relegation. Supporters' reaction was mixed, but there was no official comment from the Blues.